Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Oh, it's a really weird time at the moment. I've got, obviously, T-Bone off work. She's ill, but on the mend, which is good. She's had to give some blood tests yesterday. They don't think it's her heart, so that's a good thing. But they're treating her for some other stuff. We'll know definite once we get the blood test results. But, I mean, it is looking positive, so that's good. But she's off work for another 10 days or so, I think. Because she has to rest, and that is doctor's orders. They have told her you must rest. Anyway, so today I am obviously the usual, cleaning up the van, doing that stuff. I'm really behind on everything because we've got some family stuff going on as well. That we have to, so much stuff going on with that, but which I can't talk about obviously because it's personal. But so we're having to run around with that a little bit, and it's just dawned on me I've got to go to work tomorrow night and the next night as well. It's a nice sunny day though, which is great. The solar's doing really well. We're actually thinking, do we need a battery? I don't think we need a battery at the moment because now we're getting more and more sunshine. The days are longer. Our house battery, our 200 amp hour lithium, just seems to be full all the time. And last night we had the air fryer on and we put the projector on. We watched a movie, and this morning it's back up to full almost already, and it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. We're getting 300 watts in the solar already. So I'm not sure if we need a battery just yet, but I will be putting money aside for that. On that note, I need to get loads of stuff on eBay. I've got so much stuff I've got to get rid of. Some of it's here, some of it's in the car, some of it's in the lockup, so I've got to do that as well. Right, so yes, and I need to get some exercise in as well. I need to go for a walk. I've been trying to do that all week, go for a nice long walk, but something just keeps coming up. So yeah, it's like there's too much to do in one day, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do today and what I'm going to do tomorrow, etc. Anyway, so the sun is shining. It's a bit cold though. The park up we're at, I feel like we may be exhausting it a little bit. We've been here not consecutive days in a row, but we were here for a couple of nights and then we went away somewhere else, and then we've come back and stayed here last night. So we'll probably not stay here tonight. We'll move somewhere else. There is other places to go, of course. So yeah, I think that's a good bit of advice if you're living in a van, especially at the moment. And the way it all is with parking restrictions going in everywhere, the reason that people are putting parking restrictions in, I'm not going to keep going on about this every single video, but the reason it is because people take the mickey and they stay lengthy periods of time or dump their caravans and all that stuff. Keep moving around. There's, and you should be fine. I know people won't, but and the last thing I'm going to say about Arundel as well, and it's not just me that's saying this, people are saying this in my comments, and we're talking about it on Facebook groups and stuff like that. Mill Road Arundel now is completely deserted, and the town feels deserted. It's like I was walking around there yesterday, and it's got a weird vibe about it now. It's like there's no one around. It's really weird. So I don't know whether the businesses are going to suffer because they're not getting the van. It's not just the van lifers though, it's visitors as well, it's tourists as well. It used to come there and park there for a night or two and use the town. It's like everybody's boycotted it. I thought the vans would have moved to different locations, but they haven't. I've only seen one or two, and including us, and we're in like quite close to the town in a different place. So there's not many vans left. It's like they've all gone. They've just gone from the place and they've gone somewhere else, and consequently took their money with them. So I don't know, but time will tell. I think through the summer they won't notice it as much. It'll be the winter, but that road now is eerie, deserted, big long straight road. I can only imagine what's going to happen over time down there. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about it anymore. It's all positive. We're still doing it. Move on, as it were. Somebody a little while ago asked me about a Hoover. What Hoover you have in your van. And I use one of these. This is the second one we've had. The last one we had did last 2 years actually, but it was still working, but it was making a funny noise, so we decided to get another one. Only like 30 quid I think it was from Halfords, and it works with your drill battery. If you've got the Ryobi or anything by Ryobi that's battery powered, it's just one battery fits all of their stuff. So this works really great. But you can see all the stuff it's picked up. Absolutely brilliant. It gets in every little nook and cranny. There is an attachment that goes on the end round here somewhere as well, so you can get into the smallest little places. This is absolutely brilliant. Use this about 3 times a day just going around hoovering up, especially when you're in and out. It quickly picks up all the rubbish. Highly recommended. I think I got mine from Halfords, not endorsed, so I'm just sharing the information. Highly recommend that. If you live in a van, brilliant, and it doesn't weigh hardly anything, and you can just chuck it in the cupboard or in the cab area or whatever. Just read on one of the Facebook forums about this road, and apparently the motorhomes, there's this one here which is parked quite far away from the junction, and we're parked even further away from the junction, right back here. Yeah, we're blocking the view apparently coming out the junction and causing a hazard, and yet there is a 4x4 and a car parked right on that junction, and apparently there's vans all parked up the road here causing a right eyesore. I think somebody's fibbing. Massive wide road. We've parked respectfully, completely legal as we are. Nobody can see us from their houses. We're not blocking any junctions. You get a fire engine down here, no worries. And it's people telling lies and putting stuff on forums like that, which is, you know, not helping anyone, is it? I mean, if we were outside, you know, someone's house, you know, blocking their view or whatever, then I could understand it. But we're nowhere near anyone's houses here, and it's not a busy road, and there's not a lot of foot traffic down here. So come on, man, wind it in. And for the record, we're not leaving any rubbish either. So just round the corner from where we are, you got this Heriton's Field and Arundel Community Orchard, which is kind of cool. Excuse the wind. Doggy bin, big field, which is nice. Obviously, bring your dogs in here. It's got some picnic benches up the top here. So you got this nice bench. It's a bit low, so you can sit here, look. Nice. And the sun's not quite out, but this would be lovely in the summer. Have a little picnic. But there's more. In the next field, this is the orchard, I suppose, the orchard garden. It's not in full bloom, obviously. Look at that, beautiful. Alright, and more benches to sit on. It's lovely, the sun's out. But there's more. Obviously, you've got to be careful. But they've got honeybees in here. Obviously, you don't want to get too close, because they can be territorial and sting you. Yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it? They've got hives behind there. I don't know if you can see. In there. Keeping bees. That's marvellous. And I bet you, when this all comes out, some of these trees are budding. Here, you've got some blossoms over here. I think that's brilliant. And they've actually took the time to, you know, put a little information on there so you know what they are and all that. Beautiful, right? Oh, that's brilliant. It's the little gems you find, you know, when you're out and about. I think that's great. Now, in regard to where we're parked, you know, people are just putting stuff up on Facebook forums and stuff. People read it. People obviously believe it. Saying that there's loads of vans down there causing an obstruction. They can't see when they come out the junction. All that stuff. They have to come onto oncoming traffic. Now, two things. One, that is not a main road. It's not a busy road at all. You get the odd car come down there every now and again, or whatever. It goes onto the road that goes onto is a dead end road, or it goes round and it back into the town. And where we're parked in the middle on a straight bit. It's really wide. We're hundreds of yards away from the junction anyway. You can't even see our van from those houses anyway. And it's cars that are parked on the junction. There's loads of cars parking there. It's nothing to do with us, but people, because they've got it in for van lifers for some reason, or some people have, they're just putting these lies out there, and then people read it and believe it, and councils obviously read it and believe it. It's just stop it, innit? And I've read another comment saying, where someone said about the Mill Road thing. I'm not going to go on about this too much anymore, but because it just really annoys me. And saying that, oh, I'm glad all the vans are gone because they left loads of rubbish out on the grass all the time. It's absolute lies, absolute rubbish. I know, yeah, it did get a bit out of hand, maybe down there. It was too many, and too many people staying too long. But at the end of the day, you know, like where we're parked right now, it's completely legal. The van's legal. There's no restrictions. We're not causing obstructions. We're parked respectfully. We're not making a mess. We're not doing anything. It's just, as far as anyone's concerned, it's just a parked vehicle. There is a van in front of us which isn't occupied. It's just parked. But again, that's still quite far back from the junction, so it's it's just getting to me. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm starting to get, you know, as you can tell, just getting annoyed with it. This country, instead of, you know, it's like I've got friends, we haven't done it yet, but we are going to go abroad, and they say it's fantastic over there. It's really welcoming. They've got loads of facilities in. There's none of this nonsense. You know, why do we do that in this country? You know, I mean, you walk around the town now and it's like a ghost town. It just baffles me, honestly. It just really does. If we were doing anything wrong, then fine. If you've got a problem, come and knock on the door. You know, and we'll just tell you to do one. I'm joking. Anyway, we are moving on tomorrow. It just, I don't know, it just gives you anxiety, doesn't it? Now I'm just like, oh, they're watching us, they're whatever, but we're not doing anything. Anywho, so we will be moving on tomorrow, and to somewhere probably where we're not wanted either. Anyway, love you, leaver, God bless you, and all that good stuff. I'm just going to walk around here and enjoy this for a bit while the sun's still out, and I'll see you in the next one. Honestly, we're going to try and make it happier. It's a happy channel, really.
We'll ride these roads forever, side by side we'll chase the sweetest moments whispered in our little space. With laughter and loving every turn we take, this thing called amazing race, no chance we'll break.